All right. Woohoo.
So yes, but my husband, in his ever-loving quest to make me feel very, very old, has informed me that the Wayne's World movie will be 30 on Valentine's Day.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Hey, how do we turn off the "We'll be back soon"? We're back. I don't know how to turn it off. How does it go back on?
It never goes away.
There it goes.
Hush now, you got to train me on that because I was like, "Oh, that's such a cool thing." Thank you.
Oh yeah. I forget about those. It's under banners. And the other thing I forget is Sean has a MooBot out there. So when we have this conversation and we talk about what Misha's working on, I could type into the chat and it brings up all the Misha stuff, right? I think it's code. Yeah.
Oh, all pros, man. That's pretty dope.
But I forget what the commands are or what it knows, and so.
How cool do you look? So cool. It looks like. Nice. Those are cute. I love it. Thanks, Misha, for reminding us that we're old.
No. This is not me. This is my husband. I'm not reminding you that I was old.
Just sharing the misery.
Right. Yes, exactly. Because if I have to feel old, you're gonna feel old too.
Cool.
Misha, how have you been for the last week?
Pretty good. We Camp Nerdly registration has opened up. I am the chief owlbear for Camp Nerdly 13.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
And we're starting it on Friday the 13th because I can. Because 13's been one of my lucky numbers. And so, I got to find somebody to draw me an owlbear wearing a Jason style hockey mask to go in the shirt.
Nice.
My wife and I were married on August 14th. The year that we were going to get married, it was a Friday the 13th, and we originally planned on that. But certain family members said that was the worst idea, and there was a lot of upset. So we changed it to Saturday. More people could show up on the weekend anyway. So
my parents were going to get married on Friday the 13th, but my mom was a sergeant confined her to quarters, and so they had to get married on the 15th.
There's a good story there.
Jeremiah, how you been? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Matt J. I talked over you.
Oh no, I was agreeing. That was a good story.
I like it.
How
you been?
Good. Pretty good. We got snowed in a little bit here in Kansas City, but luckily I haven't really had to leave the house. So I say snowed in. We got like maybe 4 or 5 inches.
It's Kansas City. That's snow.
Yeah, it is.
It's all relative. Weather, cold is relative. Like it was -12 this morning when I got up. Yeah. But I only have to get out of the house for emergencies. So most of the time I just, wear a hoodie when I'm walking around inside and I'm good.
Like I stepped out the door to check my mail earlier and it was probably a couple of degrees out or whatever. And what was in the mailbox? Just some junk mail flyer. So I'm glad I went outside for that.
Super worth it. Worth it. Yeah.
Nice.
I used to talk to people when I first came up to the Twin Cities. I was originally from East Tennessee, and they'd be like, "Oh, they closed down all the schools in East Tennessee for like 1 inch of snow." And I say, "Yeah, I get you. That's not much snow. However, here in Minneapolis, St. Paul, when the road is icy and you slide off the road, you go into a ditch. Everything's flat here. In East Tennessee, when you go off the road, you go off the mountain." The idea of a school bus going off a mountain, they closed the school. So different things, man. Weather is very relative. It's fun to talk about, but don't make any judgments. Mad J, how you been for the last week, man?
I've been pretty good this last week. What have I been doing? I don't even know. That's how good it is, right? I don't even remember what I've been up to. Hey, look, I had a spa day. Right?
So good. You look so good. Took years off you, man.
So I got a new barber, right? They're downtown Kansas City. First time I went there. And when I walked in, she did a before picture, which I thought was a great idea at the time. But now that I look at the before and after, I'm embarrassed of the before picture. No, I'll never share it. You never see it, right?
Aw.
Yeah. But I told her I don't know, right? I've been doing this thing since the pandemic and whatever, right? And I got to do something new. It's my birthday month, and she said, "Great, sit down. I got you." And I'm like, "All right." And when she was done, right, they don't let you see what's going on, right? When she spun you around, and I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, "Why is that dude looking at me, right? Who is that, right? What's he want?"
Who's
Yeah,
that
she did a
young
great
fellow?
That's right. Why are you staring at me like that? Yeah, it was great. I liked it. So yeah, this is it.
Now,
So-
how deep into Jeremiah's birthday month is your birthday month bleeding in, Matt J?
I'm trying not to roll into the second week of February. I'm trying
Well,
to wrap
good.
it up this weekend and be done, right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
but yeah, I was sick at the top of the month, and then
Yeah,
in
yeah.
real life, messing with my birthday, so I got to get the fancy steak dinner right date
Mhm,
done,
mhm.
right, and then I'm good. And I got to get my pedicure, and then I'm good, and then I can get all that done this weekend, right?
Steak and Teddy. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
You could share the
So-
steak dinner with Jeremiah as like a birthday month handoff.
There you
You
go.
do that.
Now
That
we're
could work.
talking.
That could work. Yeah, that could work.
That's the great thing, you guys being near each other.
Yes.
Gaming with people you're face to face with. We had our first full Vampire the Fifth Edition, Vampire the Masquerade
Yes.
Fifth Edition, first full session. Jesse Ross, creator of Trophy Dark, Trophy Gold, Girl Underground, bunch of other stuff, is the storyteller. We have to use all the right terminology, friends.
Obviously.
And Jesse went full on Prelude. So it was the first session. We started off as mortals, and the
Nice.
plot that he told us ahead of time, but it was still terrifying to live through, was that a Sabbat pack just ran through and embraced a bunch of people and then ran off. And we were some of the few who survived. So it started off at a club. It was hyper violent. There was some like moments of person running in horror, locking themselves behind a door, and
That
another
was
person
fantastic.
just getting
See, now I'm
romanced
just
by a
like
Tyrannosaurus.
imagining
It's
that
crazy.
scene from Blade where the comes out the sprinkler system, just
Yes.
blood everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere,
it was messed up. It was messed up. It was really, really fun. Jesse's a
That is
fantastic
fantastic.
storyteller. It was great. I was taking notes, and I ran a 7-year long chronicle, and I'm like, oh yeah, he does stuff that I don't think I could pull off. I'm digging it. It was really fun.
Nice.
Before we jump back in, just want to do a shout out. If you're enjoying this and you think, hey, my Friday night needs some more entertainment, tomorrow night, the Northern Death Pantheon, which is a Godbound game, is continuing. And it's a Godbound game about changing a broken world. It's tomorrow night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And Matt J, you're in that. So your Godbound character, they all have like they're demigods, or like they have power words or so. Tell us a little bit.
Sure.
Matt J, what's your power set? What do you do?
So sure, we're all siblings in the death sphere of the pantheon, right? So if you're looking at Greek mythology, right, we're all related to Hades, right? We're not spread out throughout the whole pantheon. So what Judd did, which I thought was amazing, is the four of us all share death as a power word, right? So we can all pull little gifts out of that word. Then everyone's able to choose 3 other words. And I think after that first session, I think I am the eldest sibling. I have a buzzard head. I am the Castilian of Tombs. And so I double down on death. So I have death as a word, night as a word, and I think command is a word. And so during the first session, what we found is all the demigods, some event happened and all the gods were asleep, except for me. I'm watching over all the gods through their sleep. And then for whatever reason, a mortal prayer, wakes everybody up. And I don't like that because it's too soon. They shouldn't be awake yet. And that's what we played through in the first session.
Nice.
And there's some strife inside the pantheon. I have Sean plays my sibling, my closest. I think we're twins. So I have one human arm and a bird arm because my other sibling took my other bird arm, right? So they have a human arm and a bird arm, but that is because they took one of mine. And
That does
so-
sound like some sibling god stuff that would happen. Like, no, I want what you got.
right. I want what you got, right? Give it to me. So, no, so it's fantastic. I love it, and I think everyone I've talked to about Godbound, that's an amazing piece of work that he put together on top of the OSR framework. So he does some nice things with that, Crawford. So I like it. I'm looking forward to playing more in there.
Very cool. All right. So we pick back up with a pretty tipsy Azur. Rexu, and you tell me, how tipsy, not tipsy are you, Rexu?
I don't think I was too. I was kind of picturing Raxu maybe having like something kind of strong, but something that he just nurses for a while, kind of thing. So I think he's more or less good to go.
Cool. And then what about our good buddy Yoon?
If Azur is tipsy, then Yoon is drunk, right?
Nice.
And if Azur is drunk,
I'm tore up from the flora.
Oh, this is gonna be real
it's gonna be
good.
amazing.
Right. In fact, I think I'm whispering right as we're following the Gamoran, and
Yep,
I say,
Gamorrean.
we should run.
Are you whispering or whispering?
Age whispering.
I think
I think I'm whispering.
run.
Right? I think I'm whispering, but it's probably not. Right? It's probably loud. Right? We should run.
So we
You
get
guys-
there first. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
That seems like a terrible idea. I'm not gonna. You got us into this mess, promising a favor to some Hut's lackey. Just
Park that guy. Let's just go. We deal with him tomorrow.
I think if we deal with him tomorrow, he's gonna send more than just one of these Gamorans after us. And I don't think he'll be trying to collect us this time.
The
I wonder
Gamorrean
how
says,
much a bounty on us would be worth.
Can we collect it?
Probably not that much, honestly.
"No run, talk."
Shh. We're not talking to you.
We are following him as we're doing this.
Right, I
Yes, we are
know.
following him, right?
So you're
We haven't
heading
decided we're
through.
running. Yeah.
You pass by and you see that your favorite dancers, Azur, are there. Daquan gives you a subtle nod, hello, and they don't evidently whatever they're whatever Gorgo whatever he called you, it may not be Gorgo may not have made it public knowledge, because he quirks a brow when the Gamorrean walks behind the three of you. And then a door is opened by another Gamorrean. You are led into the room where Gorgo the Hutt sits in a chair. Like he's not a palanquin laying on a slab kind of guy. And he has a data pad in one hand. The one thing that you notice, well, there are a number of things you notice. First of all, behind him is like this open view screen that looks out onto space, and it's a beautiful vista. To your right, as you're standing here, you see there are a number of screens. It looks like he has eyes all over the casino. And Rexu, you pick up that there's also a feed in the promenade. Like they must have spliced into the security feed to be able to see stuff going on in the actual spaceport part
No surprise.
of the rock.
What's the floor like? I look down at the floor. What are we standing on?
Oh, you are standing on very, like, it was deck plates and then wooden, like, parquet for the dance floor outside. In here, it looks like a kind of slate, and it's all tongue and groove stuff, so it's very smooth.
Are you worried that he's going to have a rancor
You're
pit
not
under the
standing on. You're not standing on plastic. You're not standing
just
on
wanna-
plastic, and you're not standing over a grate with a
Does
rancor
it
underneath.
give
I've
a
been
little bit?
around a little bit. I know some things.
Now, Gorgu the Hut, the Gorgo. I keep saying goo because Grogu, and that's
Right,
my
Grogu,
own.
yeah.
That's my own thing. I got to get over. I may rename him because I just realized this can be problematic for me. So Gorgo the Hut, the three of you know or have heard that he is one of the few Huts who deigns to actually speak basic.
Oh.
And you notice that he has some like tattoos on him as well, which is a little bit rare. So there's some interests that this hut has that not all huts typically have. Also, he's in a chair, which is also odd. And when the three of you come in, his huge, wide nostrils, he sniffs the air.
It seemed I catch you at a bad time.
Just having a few celebratory drinks.
Well, not so good for me. I call in the marker that Yoon gave to me. Problems here. Yes, you meet this?
I just look at you.
You keep your word?
Of course, we keep our word. What do you think we are?
Imperials.
She pushes you back up.
I feel like I'm a babysitter. I mean, I've done this in real life before.
I have two.
I'm always the
I
old man.
think you bounty hunters, and I have important bounty for you.
Can we do this tomorrow?
Seems like this is an off the books bounty. It's not on the. Going
Yes.
through
We
the
keep our
proper channel.
word. This is just a bad time right now, this hour.
I'm not
You
going
want
to
to try to manipulate him to let you sober up before he drops this on you?
Yes.
Awesome.
Because
Manipulating
I need
someone
another
is
experience point.
rolling plus charm.
You don't got any
I got no
negatives?
charm.
You charm 0. You don't have
Right.
negative charm. You're
I
fine.
got negative charm.
I need that experience point. And I don't need any help. I don't need any help.
You are
This is the
not
problem.
calling
We're not
for
gonna help you.
aid.
Because I can mark that experience point right now, right?
You sure can. You have earned your experience point.
And you're
I'm
first
full
to
up now. Look at that.
You are. Congratulations. Look at you. Did you mark that 5th one? You full up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm full up. I bought one, and so this one is
It's your
Will
5th
put me
and
over the
final,
top.
and you get an advance
Yeah.
out of it. That's
Yes.
great. We got to make sure that you've earned it. And I think what happens, June, is and what we're gonna. I'm curious how. By the way, the harm is dropped off at this point. You guys have been here a few days, so you're about to get one more harm as the Gamora walks up and just thwacks you in the back of the head
nice.
with the flat of his blade because you're
Gotcha.
disrespect. He said, "You no disrespect."
I mean no disrespect. But I look at the Gamoran with that. We're gonna talk about this later. But I don't mean I mean no disrespect. We're good.
You
We're
work on
fine.
this tomorrow, but you know this now. A Twi'lek came and stole from me. You will find her. You will bring her back to me. The credits. I want the credits, but I want her more.
Alive?
Yes, alive.
Done. It'll be done.
It's easy enough.
Not just you do a favor, I pay you 2. 3 cred for each of you. Bring her back to me alive.
It's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money.
Hmm.
We'll see it done.
This makes me look bad. Cannot let this go. Gorgo runs his casino well. You make sure to take care of this. Fast. No more drinking. Tonight. You drink after you catch me twilling.
You're not my father. I don't say that. I don't.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
I could
Yeah,
not
dude.
resist.
Yeah,
I
too.
couldn't resist. Yeah.
No.
Sorry.
That's impossible.
Sorry.
Man, now I'm trying to
Stop
imagine what
on
a
his
half
back.
hut would look like.
A half hut, a hutlet.
Well, that's a
I don't know. It
really
would not be
thought,
pretty.
yeah,
I don't think it'd be good.
really.
Nice.
So at like a, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. As bounty hunters, like taking like an off the books like bounty thing like this, is that could that potentially get us in trouble?
Not really.
Just kind of taking a side job.
You're taking a side job. It just means that the guild's not. They don't have your back.
We're not getting there. Oh, fair.
Do you know where she went?
Ooh, nice. I'm gonna ask him a question. He says,
Yeah. Need some info.
Or at least her name. I mean, names are useful for fighting people.
Name, any security footage,
A
anything.
picture would be awesome.
Yeah.
I have footage. No name.
Footage is good. We can work with that.
And Rexu, you get the feeling that he's hiding a little something.
Oh, well, if I get that feeling, I might try to. I mean, I guess would that be a manipulate? Like, I want to. Yeah, I think I would. I'm just straight up because Rexu's not a beat around the bush kind of guy. Like, I feel like there's more you're not telling us.
Nice. Oh, you like that?
If we're gonna
Cool.
get this Twillick you want, we got to know everything.
All right. You're definitely manipulating him then.
Cool.
Let's
Maybe
see
I'll
how
get
that
this.
goes. That'll be rolling with charm. You're very charming, if I remember correctly.
No, I am not.
I know. I don't. I remember you being
Yeah,
the opposite of very charming.
that's fine. It's fine.
Worse
Minus
than
one
me.
charm. You have XP level charm.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, is that a 6? Do you want to call for aid?
I don't know. I'm tempted. I think I. Oh gosh. I mean, I guess Azure is slightly less
Abrasive.
drunk. It seems like Ian's a little more drunk. Yeah. So I think okay. So what's the move? Call for aid.
Yes, call for aid means you
Say
don't
what
like the
another
roll.
could do to
and-
boost our efforts.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think yeah, because I'm not good at like getting through to people. So I think Azure could kind of take my point of we need all the information we can have if we're going to be effective, and massage it in such a way that it's a little more convincing than I make it.
What does that look
Look.
like, Azure?
Gorgo, buddy. I know you want us to find this chick, right? Because if we don't find this chick, you don't get your money back and you look bad and everything. But if you don't tell us everything, we can't find this chick because, it just doesn't work right. Because, you have to have all the parts. They have to work together. And if we don't have all the parts, it doesn't work together so much.
Please roll plus charm. to see if your drunken explanation
sense.
is
You
charming
know?
enough.
The drunk chick.
+1 charm there. So
Well, at least it couldn't get any worse for me. Hey, this way we both get XP.
We get experience.
you both get XP, yeah, because that fail just became a fail.
It just stayed a fail. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that goes really. I feel like we were already failing, and then that just made it worse somehow.
You bounty hunters disappoint me. You go now, you find the Twi'lek. I know more, but I tell you nothing. We see if you work and keep your word. If you fail, then everyone will know you stole from me. And you will be the examples I make. Now go.
I'll try to.
That the Gamorrean's trying to manhandle you guys out of
Yeah.
there. He's not trying to actively hurt you, but
Yeah.
you've been dismissed. Therefore, the Gamorrean knows this is when I make them leave.
Right.
Yeah, I'm probably sort of like in a nicer way trying to usher you in and usher out. Like, let's not make this any worse. Let's go all sleep this off.
Mother hid them out of there a little bit. Okay.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. He evidently has stuff, and now he's not going to give it to you and just make you go out and hunt, which
Can we at
seems
least
like a
get a
poor tactical
picture?
decision.
Yeah, that's fine. Did he at least still give us the video footage?
Right.
Did he hold back everything at that point?
He held back everything at that point. He's
Oh,
like, "Get out of
geez.
here, you stinking
So we're
drunk."
looking for a
Darn it.
random Twilight chick somewhere.
Somewhere.
And
This
somebody in the
is
casino probably
great.
saw her.
That's going to be great. Now, as you recall, if you're sober enough, he has a major domo, Creek,
Right.
the
Yeah.
the Gungan. Creek is usually
On top of
here
things. Oh yeah.
and on top of things, yes. So that's an option. And then, of course, if this happened at the casino, you've got friends in the casino, so you've got options if you guys want to try to gather some
I even
information
have
here.
Twilight friends in the casino.
You do.
Maybe you should talk to them in the morning or the afternoon.
But they're cute. And they're here now.
And you're very drunk.
This is true. It's easier to make bad decisions when you're drunk.
Obviously.
Okay. So do we cut to Azure making her way over to the area where Janal is dancing?
Depends. Does Raxu let me? Or does he like mother him?
I feel like I
fuck?
joke about being a babysitter, but I'm not gonna push it. Like you're a grown woman. If you want to go make a fool of yourself, I'm gonna let you. You can take care of yourself. I'm gonna go get some shut eye probably.
There's your
then
boy
yeah.
Janal.
Yeah, she's probably making bad decisions then.
Nice. So Janal is currently dancing in an area where you can like slide in and have a seat at the table he's standing on. So we know where Azur's going. Yoon, what about you? What's your plan here?
It's late. We got work to do, so I'm probably gonna get some shut eye.
Okay. Raxu, Yoon is heading to bed. Azur
That's
is
probably a
going
good
to
idea.
question a dancer. What are you doing?
I am curious about the fact that Creek isn't around, and it's from what little I know about the guy, the fact that this happened sort of under his watch is unusual.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know too many other. I mean, I'll probably just go chat up a bartender. Like, I mean, I'll just straight up ask a bartender, like, "Hey, I'm looking for Creek." Like,
Oh, yeah,
I've
that's
seen
not
him.
even a roll.
Yeah.
A bartender will say this is Deveronian. seem to be a lot of Deveronians on this station. Anyway, the Deveronian, the devil-looking fellows,
Oh, I see.
and yeah, so he's got the pair of horns, and evidently like 2 sets of teeth. Like they have regular talking teeth, and then they have fangs they can like drop down. It's weird.
So
I don't know if it's
vampire devils.
official. It's like not a pair, but like a
Oh,
whole,
like a whole other
set,
set.
like a whole bunch of sharp.
Like sharks.
Teeth.
Okay, cool.
It's crazy. I don't know. He says, Creek left a couple of hours ago. Something went down, and he left. And he points over. He left him in charge, and it's a guy that normally. It's like not the major domo, manager of the house kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll work. I mean, I'll see how far I can follow this chain. I'll
Nice,
go
so
talk to
you-
that guy.
Circle around to chat with the manager of the house. We'll say that he's a Duros by the name of Lorcy, and Lorcy will tell you, like he tries to give you the brush off. Is there anything you drop about why you're looking for Creek?
Yeah, I'm on a job for Gorgo. I'm looking for Creek.
Okay, cool. There you go. That kind of unlocks the door, and he says, kind of motions you away from a few tables to where you can just talk with you. This is just so we have our alien species of Duros. The Duros are the ones that kind of look like a gray alien. They're usually gray or blue skin. They have these huge red eyes and
yep.
kind of a narrow chin.
I'm looking at pictures in the other tab.
Yeah, in the other tab, we've got a picture in the names and species helper of a Duros. So there we go. Yeah, they look cool.
Saw one of those recently.
Spoilers. Oh my God. That moment. Oh my God. Lorcy says something went bad tonight, and Creek is trying to take care of it.
Okay. Is there a way I can contact him?
Here's his comm channel.
Perfect. I mean, I'll thank the guy, and then I'm probably gonna try to shoot Creek a message. Just
okay.
I probably won't give him like a bunch of info, but just be, like, hey, what happened at the casino?
Oh man, nice. That's awesome. He will send a quick message back to say, not at liberty to talk about it.
I'll respond. Gorgo's got us looking for some Twi'lek.
Does he?
He pulled in the favor marker.
Meet me at the bar at the promenade.
Do I want to go? That's fine. I'll go.
Nice. So we got to very drunk Azur, and Janal sees that you're really drunk, and I think he sees an opportunity to like get some extra tips. So he's into it. He kind of like steps down and dances around you and near you. And I'm not sure, is Azur cool with touching? Like, does he run a hand over Azur's shoulder, or is it just he's close enough to where she gets a good bird's eye view, as it were?
She's probably okay with it, with touching. Yeah.
Awesome. And he checks in, right? He's not super assumptive, but he is eager for them credits. So
he works hard for the money.
So hard for it, honey.
And now we're old.
We are so old. He says, what brings you out? I haven't seen you want to party like this in a while.
I got news from home. But also, I'm looking for somebody. Damn it.
Well, you found someone, Azur. He smiles. kind of slides to where he's sitting on the table for a moment, like at the edge of the table.
I did. I don't think you're the somebody I'm looking for tonight, though. I mean, you could be. You're a Twi'lek. That makes sense. But you're not a girl, so I don't think you're the right one. Did you see any
get a-
Twi'lek girls?
You see a look on his face of surprise and fear. Just kind of flash over his face when you say you're looking for a girl Twi'lek, and he kind of his eyes dart around for a moment, but he forces himself to I wish you the best of luck, Azure. Of course. I should probably check on some other patrons. And he's going to try to excuse himself and like bug out. What do you do?
She like reaches out and like slides to grab his hand, trying to look subtle about it. Wait, don't go. You can't go. It's very important.
Let's see if you can manipulate him to not bug out at this point, because it seems like he really wants to. Please roll plus charm.
Yes, I am very, very good.
Nice! He says, you have to understand, Azur. I tried to stop her.
Who is she?
And there's a moment where you can tell he's thinking, do I lie to her? But you're charming. And he wants to trust you. So Janal says, her name is Lantratan. She's a cousin of mine.
What does she come for a visit, or does she live here?
She doesn't live here. She came for a visit, I thought. But then she kept asking questions about the casino. And she kept... There were a few others that she was working with, I now realize. And
So she pulled a heist under your nose, Jojo.
But please don't hate me. But I had a feeling that she was going to do something, and I told Gorgo. And she did it anyway.
That's pretty impressive, actually, then.
Yes, she's very clever. And she's very mad at me.
Picture your cousin, huh?
Of course.
Can
Of course
I
I
see it?
do. Yes. And he will produce a picture, which I will share with you in just a moment. I've got... I'm going to have to share the bounty pic because I don't have it uploaded in no easy place to see. So I'll just move this over here to our shared screen. There we go. Lantratan. I'll blow this up just a little bit. You can see a picture of her. This is not the picture he shows. He doesn't show action pose Lantratan, but she's an athletic female Twi'lek, blue skin, just like Janal. And he says she's always been trouble. And when she found out that I'd told Gorgo, she told me that she was going to use some of the money to pay off my debt. It was a surprise. So, of course, now I feel like a fool.
How much do you owe?
I used to be a freighter pilot, and some pirates captured the freighter. I owe for it. It will take me decades at this rate to pay it off.
Well, that doesn't sound very fair. Unless you
It's
were
a
working for
very
the pirates.
nice ship. No, I was not working for the pirates.
So then how come they didn't just let the insurance cover it? This doesn't make sense.
You're right. It doesn't make sense at all. But nevertheless, I'm working for Gorgo until my debt is paid. Lantra's not an evil person. I don't want her to be hurt. I just thought if she knew that Gorgo understood what she was trying to do, that she would stop. And I also didn't want Gorgo to take it out on me if she failed.
Was he going to take it out on you since she succeeded?
I don't think so. He's not happy, but I hope you find her.
Can you
I hope
tell
you
us
find her
more about
before-
these people she was with?
Yes, I can. I don't know their names, but I know where they often met with her outside the casino. There's a little dive bar in between a couple of barely used hangars. I
That
could
should
probably
work.
find them there. There's two of them are humans, and the last one is a very weird-looking individual. I think maybe a Jawa, but I'm not sure.
That's a very odd crew.
Yes.
Sounds like the bad setup to a joke.
I wish I were in the mood for a joke.
A Twi'lek, a human, and a Jawa walk into a casino.
Right?
I think he puts a hand on your shoulder and massages it a little. You know, you're really easy to talk to, Azur. I wish there were a different circumstance.
Yeah, that'd be easier.
What happened with your family?
Hmm?
You mentioned that you were getting drunk because of your family.
Oh, I might have to go home and see Dad.
You don't get along well?
We get along okay. He just has expectations that I don't feel like meeting.
Lantra would kill me, but I know that she has her own ship. It's called the Headtail. I know. Not the best name.
That's a horrible name. That's like the head tail? What does that even mean? Is this a
I didn't
tail on a
name it.
head or a head on a tail? Is it like
No,
heads or tails like a coin?
it's a joke
Oh,
about our
head
Leku.
tails. I get it now. I'm a little slow because I'm drunk.
That's okay. I forgive you. Chances are she's taken off. I hope Creek never finds her because, well, he'll kill her.
Creek's looking for her too. Huh. That's gonna be fun. We could probably find her first. He's not very good at it. Or maybe he is. We just don't know. I don't know.
Creek's probably not drunk.
Probably not.
So we cut to the bar because I wanna see Rax meeting with Creek before we bring this session to a close. So Creek,
Cool,
as we
great.
remember, Creek Macaw,
Yep.
our pretty scary looking Gungan.
A
Boo.
rough dude.
He is rough and all that stuff.
Nah.
And Creek arrives like a moment after you, and he walks in close. Rexu, what does Creek normally smell like to you?
Man, I don't know why, but the first thing that popped into my head was just musk.
Yeah, I'm into it. So, you smell a bit of a musk on Creek, maybe a bit more than normal. You can tell just from his body language that he's upset. He's keeping it under control. This is not a person who would pace around,
Sure.
but he is not in a very good mood.
Sure. Kind of barely restrained
Yeah,
rage under the surface.
He says, sorry, by the way, my chihuahua's decided that there's a real and present danger. Beaker is right outside my door and barking. I'm not sure what's going on there. But he says, Gorgo hired you.
He called in the marker, sending us after some Twilight that robbed him.
Yes.
Failed to mention that you might be looking for her too?
I'm doing this on my own time. I'm going to take care of it. What did he offer you? The marker?
Plus 3 creds apiece for her alive.
What will it take for you to let me take care of this? I don't need you in my way.
I'm not one to cross a hut. That's dangerous business.
Well then, I hope you're faster than I am. And with that, he gives you like a nod.
Yep.
He turns and he walks off.
That seems fair.
And
I thought we was going to do the who shot first. It's going to happen right now.
Not quite. I mean, if it were Azur or Drunk Yoon, maybe.
I thought about asking for more money, but I'm like, man, that still means he's going to be upset about that mark. I don't know what he's going to do. Like,
right.
He's still I don't know. Hut's got anger issues. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's true.
Smart move. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
if Creek wants to golf on his own without Gorgo's orders, that's his own business. But
he's going rogue, friends. And he may be a complication down the road. You now know the name and have a description of Lantra. You know that she was working with some people who appear to still be on the station, but she likely isn't. And with that, we will bring this session to a close. Now, let's go around the horn in case people want to find more about your gaming endeavors. Jeremiah, if people want to hear from you, see you online, where should they look?
You can find me on Twitter at pseudoidiot. That's or most other social medias.
Fantastic. So like on Tumblr,
Facebook, Instagram.
I've
never had a Tumblr, but I got Facebook, I got Instagram, I got Snapchat.
OnlyFans.
I don't. It's a different username on OnlyFans. I'm not going to
Etsy. Sweet. Thank you so much, Jeremiah. Me should be if people want to follow you or anything that you're up to. Where should they find you?
Easiest place is I'm on Twitter as BG Gameworks, or my website is blackbrogameworks.com. You can also find stuff I do is the More Seats at the Table newsletter, which goes out bi-weekly and highlights games by people of marginalized genders. And I had to put together an issue earlier today, and so that just went out, which is why it
did just come out. I love it when it hops into my email.
I know.
So good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So good.
Thank you, Misha. And then Matt J, on the waning days of your extended birthday month, where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter at MattJ0, all letters, or you can find me on Diceology.com, the podcast, doing podcast stuff.
Yeah. Speaking of podcast stuff, you just dropped an episode and talked a little bit about our game. Thank you so
I
much.
did. What's cool about January is I've got to play 3 or 4 different games. That's the most I've played in a period of time, and it's been fun. So thanks for running this.
Oh,
So I
happy
appreciate
to,
it.
really. Having a great time. And you can find me on Twitter at ORKLORD because I'm just that nerdy, or +1 Forward podcast, which I've just started post-production on an episode about friendship, effort, victory, which is a pretty interesting PBTA game that is out now. So thank you all for playing. And remember, tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern, Northern Death Pantheon will be going on the same channel, same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you all for playing with me, and thanks everybody for watching. We'll bring this to a close.